I'm Barb Prall from Barb's Fine Art in Marion, Iowa. This is the finish of the one we worked on last week when I let all the paint run. So I came over here and I started painting it like a normal paint, and I didn't like that. So I wet it down and let it all run down again. So all those colors just happened. I didn't plan them. Okay, today we're going to answer a bunch of questions that I've been asked about painting. Somebody wanted to know about colors. Well, every color is warm or has a warm or a cool part to it. Red that's cadmium red, and that's a regular red. This is cadmium red light, so it's a little bit warmer. It has a little orange in it. This is cadmium. This is alizarin crimson, which is one of your darkest reds, and that's cool because it has a little blue in it. Now we could go through all the colors, but I've only picked two. This is cobalt blue, which is your pure blue. This is cerulean, which has a little yellow in it, so it's a warmer color. This is ultramarine blue. It has a little red in it, so it's a little cooler. But that gets so confusing. We really think about colors that are warm are red, yellow, and orange, and cool colors are blue, green, and violet. So that's all you really need to worry about for a short time. I've taken from so many different instructors that I've learned what I do not want to do. Several instructors have you take a color, put it out. Only they take big blobs. And then you take half of that, take a piece of that color, cut it in half, and mix it with half white. Take that color, cut it in half, mix it with half white. Take that color and cut it in half and mix it with half white. It looks like I didn't do it quite even there. Half of that, cut it in half, mix half white, and so down. So there's your light colors, so you have your 10 values. I usually have a colored value chart on all the easels, and that kind of does the value chart of blue, that cobalt blue. It is so time consuming, and at the end of the day he would make us take all the paint off and throw it away, and the next day we'd have to mix his 17 colors that way before we could start painting. Well, I don't do that. So if I want to make a color, I'm going to take some yellow here, and is there any white left? And if I want a light color of it, I'll just mix more white with it and take it. So that's a really good highlight color. If I'm going to do a highlight in yellow, I know I'm not following the script, but if I wanted to show you something, see, that's a nice highlight to put on a painting, because a little yellow in your white gives you a nice warm highlight. A little blue in your white gives you a nice cool white highlight. Another page. There's many ways to mix the same color. So here's green. I took green, yellow. I took Payne's gray and yellow for this one. Isn't that a pretty green? I took this and add a little orange to it. Well, that's not a very pretty green, but see, if I lighten it up, you can see it's green with a little orange. I took green and red, and I've got, it's kind of hard to see that because you can see that's a green if you look just right. I always put a little red in my green, so I'm going to take a little of it and put it in this one just to show you how it makes it so much darker. Well, there it is where I mix it with it. Oh, that didn't work. So, have to have a clean brush. Gotta remember that. I've taken a little red to this green. Can you see how much greener, darker that is than this green right here? The red makes a difference. I'm gonna add a little more and let you see it again. It just makes it a lot. See how dark that gets when you mix it with a little red in it? So you can mix green 100 ways, I'm sure, but that's an idea. When I get done for the day, I take the paint and put it on a canvas. So I have my background for the next day. I like to let it dry, and then I take whatever brush I can and I don't have paint on, and I just lightly put on there whatever I'm going to paint. And then if I don't like it, I can wipe it off and start again and say, there's the hill coming. So then I block it in loosely. I don't ever worry about being accurate in the beginning. My favorite color to underpaint with is red. The first thing you do on a painting is always determine where the light is. Well, I can't do this on this one, but this is the one we started last week when I looked at the camera and didn't look where I put the colors. So you got to first decide where the light's coming. So I'm going to call the light coming from here. So I started a little bit and I put a light side of the tree. I start with the largest brush I can find and then work my way down to a smaller brush. After the, okay. I block in with thin paint, but after I've blocked it in, gotten my idea down, I go to thick paint and I work from thick to thin. Thick paint won't stick to thin paint, but thin paint will stick to thick paint. So you always, if it won't stick, you got to remember to thin the paint down. And there we go. In watercolors, you usually work from light to dark, so you have to save your lights. Well, I didn't save them in this one, that's okay. And in oils and acrylics and pastels, I usually work from dark to light. Watercolors, light to dark. Oils, acrylics, dark to light. Some people paint pictures that go wow when you look at them. When I paint mine, I want you to go in and sit down and kind of dream along and just think, okay, maybe I'd like to go there sometime, or maybe I've been to a place like that. You got to let the feeling in your heart go down your finger and out your arm, because how you feel inside depends on how your picture looks. And you better be positive or I sing. I think I've done it. Okay, so now I'm supposed to do this palm tree. And I'm going to take a green. I don't know what green I'm getting. And I'm going to, yes, it would be nice to put the branches in first. We'll make green branches. Who cares? They kind of come out and do that. And I could do all of them, but I just flip my brush out like that. Or you can flip them out and be accurate and not accurate. Or you can take a liner brush. Sorry. I had a liner brush here. Okay. Take a liner brush and do them one at a time. You want me to finish the tree? Keep going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's kind of a matter of what you want. And some branches, when you look at some of the palm trees, they look like they're all falling off one side, but sometimes they're going to fall off both sides too. Because they grow out both ways. It just depends on how they fall. And the wind and all that stuff. And I always think I'm going to make the branches different lengths, but somehow they all end up, by the time I get done, about the same length. That's all right. And one might come down over here. And I always thought that the bark on the palm tree was rough, but I'm not from Florida, so I didn't know better. I live in Iowa. We don't have palm trees in Iowa. It's kind of tedious. I grabbed a brush that splits. It's kind of hard to paint a straight line with a split brush, but that's all right. Then we'll grab a bigger brush and do it. So I can come out here and go. Sure, the one I did earlier turned out better. Anyway, you get the idea. And then I would come back with some yellow because my sunlight should be on that side. And I put some yellow in after I get it going. Get me my highlight over there. And I'll finish this up and show it to you next week. I'm Barb Prall, and thank you for watching my video, and I hope you'll see me on the next one.